The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Good afternoon from Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. It's day 3 of the 2025 Girls Sweet 16 quarterfinal action today with Taylor County and Frederick Douglass. Hi there, I'm Chris LeVar alongside former UK Wildcat and unforgettable Sean Woods. Douglass coming into this game after their first ever postseason win at the Sweet 16, and you have to like their chances again today.
No doubt about it. The nerve kinks are out, Chris. You know, they got past the first game. You know, no matter what, how good you are, that first game of any tournament, you're nervous. You know, you just want to get through it. Now you've gotten through it. You kind of settled down a little bit, know what you got to do and how you have to do it in this next one. So I like their chances. I think they'll be more settled down than they were the first half, you know, at the beginning of the first game the other night. And if so, this could be another game that they can advance from.
The Broncos defeat a very good Simon Kenton team on Wednesday, 48-39. In the daily double of Jaylee Knowles and Tamia Wade accounted for 37 points, and they were quite the tandem.
No doubt about it. And Tamia Wade was the person who got them going early. She started it, and then Jaylee Wade Knowles really took on what she really does, what she's really been doing all season long. Was she dominated the glass, she finished points in the paint, and she hit a couple threes too, Chris.
This is a 26th win on Wednesday, which, by the way, is the most in school history, albeit only 8 seasons. But this Bronco team, and we've talked about it all winter with DJ Moberly, my heavens, do they have a high ceiling.
Yes, they do, and they're just getting started. You know, not one senior on the court since Kate Baker's departure from an ACL injury. The future's bright, but the future is right now, too, Chris.
It sure is. Taylor County, the opponent today, and just like Douglass on Wednesday, they had their first ever postseason win at this level, and they defeated Knott County Central 53-35, and they're led by an 8th grader.
No doubt about it. This is their first Sweet 16 since 1977, second in school history. But they're led by Kennedy Diener, the 5'7", 8th grader, as you spoke of, averaging 18 points a game, 3 rebounds, shooting almost 50% from the field, a whopping 43% from 3. You know she can really shoot the basketball, and she barely misses from the free throw line, shooting 81%. But she's the one who stirs their coffee, and she's the one who has to really play great and set the tone for this Taylor County, because you know they're going to go against the juggernaut of the defense of Douglas Broncos defense.
So interesting today because you've got 2 great 8th graders on the floor.
No doubt about it, and I'm sure Tamia Wade is really licking her chops, relishing in the environment of competition, and she's looking forward to this head-to-head duel with one of the other great 8th graders in the state.
Taylor County is coached by Matt Turner. He is the reigning 5th Region Coach of the Year in his first season, and you'll meet him next. We're live at Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center, just on the air for Taylor County and Douglass, and more coverage right after this from Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Taylor County Lady Cardinals. Head coach Matthew Turner, comments on the game, please.
I thought the girls played great, played extremely hard. Our offense is really dictated by how we play defense, and I felt like we were able to create a couple of opportunities offensively by how aggressive we were on the ball tonight.
Coach, was that just a typical game for Kennedy, and how did you feel she did handling everything?
That's a typical Kennedy Diener game. Yes. She did an amazing job handling pressure. We haven't been face guarded very much this year, but when we do, she's done a great job handling it. The team has done a great job of getting into stuff that can allow her to get open. And once she gets open, they do a great job of assisting her there. She's done an amazing job shooting free throws. And I think that's really helped her a lot. 9 for 9 tonight. It's amazing. I'd like to get her more than 2 rebounds, but I'll take what I can get.
A decade ago, the boys were able to make a run. What did that run, being on the sidelines for that team, prepare you for today?
That was the year after I left. I still was around. I helped work with some of the kids, the boys at that time. But being around, I got to see all the hard work that took place that was necessary to get to this point. And I just tried to, from day one, kind of match that model the best I could. We practiced hard every single day from May 26th till now. And I think that's the most important part. And it prepared us. And we had a hard schedule, and we played in a lot of tough games, a lot of tough environments. I think that's what has put us in the position we're in now.
Coach might be wrong, but it seemed like in the first half, when you looked like you had the game in pretty good control, that Kennedy was just kind of going with the flow. That they made a run at you and kind of got back in the game, and it's like, well, let me just take over. Wrong observation, or?
I think maybe from the standpoint of the offense, but we've got a lot of girls that do a lot of great things defensively. I think that allows her to be so successful offensively. These two, like I said the other day in the interview, these two will fight me to guard the best player. They both want that matchup. So when they get the chance to do it, it's on. But you get 5 girls all going in the same direction. It makes it pretty easy for anybody, especially Kennedy Diener, to get going. I think she reaped the benefits of how well we were playing defensively.
Coach, y'all share the ball so well. Is that kind of just all of their mindsets? Because it seems like y'all move the ball just from start to finish, and everyone is okay with whoever it is that's going off at the time.
there's a lot of trust on this team. We understand that if it's not my shot, I'm going to get somebody else's shot, and we trust them to hit it. And if they miss, it doesn't bother us. We just move on. But that's with them. That starts with them. It's not so much me. I don't have to tell them to trust and make the right pass. They do it on their own. They're a very giving team from that standpoint.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
This broadcast is authorized by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the KHSAA is prohibited. Back in Lexington alongside Sean Woods, I'm Chris LaBar. And Sean, the trajectory for Coach Matt Turner for Taylor County, very interesting. It's his first year, spent a lot of time at the ranks at Taylor County Middle School.
Well, he knows these young ladies. He's coached them before, and that's the reason why he's had so much success with such young women, because they've been in the trenches with him already. So he knows what buttons to push. And as you can see, he's done a great job because they're playing way beyond their age. And to be here at the Sweet 16 and to win the 5th region championship says a lot about him and the relationship that he has with these young ladies.
Girls assistant last year, this his first year in the varsity lead chair. We talked about Kennedy Diener, all of 5th region as the 8th grader, but this team also has 2 other double-figure scores. Kennedy Jackson, a senior, their post player, 10 points and 8 rebounds, and then sophomore point guard Avery Rakes at 9 points. So they appear to have a well-diversified offense.
Yes, they do, and they get it from several different people, as you can see. You know, you can't leave out Greta Bradstreet, the 5'8 freshman who's averaging close to 8 points a game. and also Grace Bell, who's averaging 5 points a game. So this team is well-rounded. If they can handle Douglas's pressure and have an opportunity to get shots, this is a shot-making team. So I say that to say this: Douglas has to really turn them over, keep them uncomfortable, and rush every shot that they take. If not, it could be a basketball game.
We'll talk more about the keys in a later segment, but pressure seems very important today for Taylor County, how they will respond to that.
No doubt about it. And then they like to dish it out, too. They're a very physical basketball team, and it's going to be a war for Douglas because this team really relies on touching you, banging you, making you feel them. So hopefully Douglas doesn't get discouraged and let that physicality play a part in the way they hustle and attack the ball, especially from a deflection standpoint.
DJ Moberly joins our Sean Woods. That conversation next. You're watching and listening to Glycod. We'll be right back.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do. I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Here with Coach Mobley, head women's basketball coach. Douglas Lady Broncos coach, second round. What are you instilling in your girls for the second time around, being able to play for the second time here down in Rupp?
Just tell them tonight, play more of our style of play. We got to pick up on the defense end from the tip, man. We can't get down like how we did to that Great Sermon King team, man. That how they did us yesterday, man. So we hoping to come out, start out with a chip on our shoulders today, man. We play with a purpose, man. So like I told our girls, I think they're focused. They locked in. They talked about how they was last night, man. So I'm thinking that they should be over that.
What does this team pose from a threat standpoint?
They play just as fast as us. They shoot the ball well. They're a little bit bigger than us. So we're hoping that we can turn them over and try to get them out of position. We don't want them to get to their spots where they want to get to.
They're young. They got a young stud. She's only in the 8th grade. and I just don't see, or what is it about her that scares you a little bit, even though she's young, going against your pressure?
Well, one thing I do that I noticed about her that I like, she's physical. I love a girl that loves contact, and she takes on that. She plays very, very physical. She plays 4 quarters. She doesn't take a play off. She got a good IQ, man. I like her game, man. I think she can score.
What does Douglas have to do to make sure they get to the next round?
We have to try to keep the ball in her hands. Once she gives it up, she don't need to get it back. That's what we need to do. We need to make sure that we know where she's at all times on the court. Slow her down in transition because she scores well in transition. So we got our hands full tonight.
Defensively, what are you anticipating how they're going to guard you?
I think they're going to play us man. I do think that. I think that he'll come out and play us man and try to overpower us because, like I said, they're a physical team, but we like to play physical too. So I just think they'll probably come out and try to speed us up a little bit of time, try to get us to turn the ball over, and maybe they think might try to make us shoot from the outside.
Well, one more thing. What you got to make sure happens with your team, especially from a pressure standpoint and offensively?
I think that as a collectively, I think that we need to get more hands on the ball this game. We need to get more hands on the ball, and I think we need to, offensively wise, we was a step behind. I felt like we was kind of slow, so I feel like we got to come with a sense of urgency. We got to cut more. We got to evolve in more, a little bit more preserve on offense as far as what we need to do.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight, and I look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Thanks.
All right.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Today's keys to the game are presented by Tech 24. Seeking a fresh start to your career? Tech 24 is a commercial food service repair company that is hiring in Lexington. For more information, contact Brad Wilson at 864-549-8344. And DJ hinted on a couple of these things for Douglas. Need to get off to a good start, Sean.
No doubt about it. They must jump on them from the start. Jump on Taylor County from the start. They're a young team, haven't been in this type of atmosphere in such a long time, so Douglas wants to keep their confidence at a minimum. Number 2, don't give them, take advantage of their youth, especially their best player being an 8th grader. Keep her uncomfortable for the majority of the game. Number 3, make their layups and free throws, especially off for their turnovers. Got to capitalize and be efficient on the offensive end, especially when you get bunnies underneath the basket. Dominate the glass. Got to rebound the basketball. That's where they've made their mark, especially J-Lee knows. But they got to come up with loose balls and out-hustle them on the hustle stat sheet. And also, number 4, continue to work Taylor County down with the constant pressure throughout the basketball game. Now, for Taylor County, they must come out with confidence, Chris, and believe that they belong. And if they do that, they can sustain, but they must be able to attack Douglas's pressure, not just get it across half court, take advantage of it and be aggressive with it. Number 3, be able to withstand all the nuances that DJ's going to throw at them, from a half court situation to a 3-court situation to trapping in the corners. Got to make shots when they get them. This is what they do. They're a really good 3-point shooting team, and they got to make sure that they make shots tonight against this constant pressure. And then the last thing, which I already said, was not just break the pressure, but break it to score.
Taylor County averages 60 points per game. Frederick Douglass at 65. Again, Taylor County 25-8, representative of the 5th region, entering today after their first ever Sweet 16 victory. They defeated Knott County Central on Wednesday, 53-35. Kennedy Diener, the 8th grader, with 27 points. So keep an eye and ear on 2 outstanding 8th graders. Tamia Wade for Douglas, Kennedy Diener for Taylor County. We'll step aside. Starting lineups in live basketball from Central Bank Center at Rupp Arena right after this timeout from Glycod.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky, Community Action Council, New Vista, Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a 4-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Let's take a look at your starting lineups in this game presented by our great partners at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual place and a great place to watch today's game on Glycod. You can order online as well. Just visit roosterswings.com. The starters for Taylor County. The lone senior is Kennedy Jackson, 10 points, 8 rebounds as a 5'10 senior. Avery Rakes, Greta Bradstreet also averaged 10 points, and then Kennedy Diener, the 8th grader, 19-point average, with Riley Sproles also starting. For Frederick Douglass, the usual quintet after the Kate Baker injury: M.K. Bennett, Tamia Wade, Peyton Okerley, Reagan Gregonis, and Jaylee Knowles. Jaylee outstanding with a double-double in the win versus Simon Kenton earlier this week. And you've got Tamia Wade with a sparkling performance as well with 18 in that win.
Well, Chris, you know where their scoring is going to come from. It's just the fact that they got to get it again. You know, in order for Douglas to have success, Tamia Wade has to be in the mix. Jaylee Knowles has to control the paint. And Mikala Bennett, Reagan Gregonis, and Peyton Oakley really just got to continue to do what they've been doing from a defensive standpoint and make shots when they're available.
Winner of this game will get GRC tomorrow morning, and one semifinal. GRC outlasted North Laurel just before we went on the air. Cardinals won that game 50-42. They were up one with about a minute left and made a couple of big plays to get past a game North Laurel team.
I'll tell you what, North Laurel, as you know, is always good and is a fixture in the Sweet 16. But credit Clark County for just showing some resilience and making plays down the stretch when they needed to.
Three familiar names we've seen this week: Ray Hale, April Simmons, and Brooke Shoulder, the trio of officials, as Taylor County and Frederick Douglass will meet for the very first time in their respective school histories.
Well, two teams that are, you know, fairly new to the Sweet 16. I mean, Douglas has been here before, but Taylor County hasn't since 1977. But both of them are kind of similar. Both of them are quite young. But both of them are resilient and like to play fast. So it's going to be an up-and-down game, and whoever scores the most points, turns the team over the most, and gets the most stops is the team I see winning, Chris.
Broncos, the home team today. They'll wear their home white uniforms with orange numerals and that dark green trimming. With Taylor County, the Taylor County Cardinals, the visiting team, with all black uniforms with red numerals and white trim. Will the story continue for this Frederick Douglass team? DJ Mobley in short order has built this program up to unprecedented heights, but they're still climbing, Sean.
No doubt about it, and he's still climbing. But in 5 years, Chris, he's accumulated over 100 wins, winning 67% of his games. And I tell you what, it's only going to get better because he does not lose anyone off this basketball team. Unfortunately, he lost his only senior in Kate Baker to an ACL injury, who was leading the region in threes, averaging 10.5 points a game. But, man, Reagan Gregonis has actually stepped into that role of making three-point shots. Peyton Oakley has given them a burst from a defensive and athletic standpoint. And I'll tell you what, if Jaylee Knowles continues to make 1 or 2 threes a game, wow, look out.
Thanks so much for joining us on Glycod. First of two, we'll have the Cooper Sacred Heart game, an 8:30 tip-off. So two of the top games remaining here at the Sweet 16 you'll hear on this platform. Taylor County will jump it against Frederick Douglass. It's Kennedy Jackson opposite Jaylee Knowles.
Like DJ Mobley said, he's looking for a great start.
Nice crowd representation by both student bodies. Douglass by far has provided the most in their first couple of games here, as the Broncos piling them in here for this Friday quarterfinal game. And McKaylee Bennett will begin for Douglass. As the Broncos begin, there's Tamia Wade, far sideline against the Taylor County Stern defense. Bennett drives to the elbow. Okerley extra pass. There's Tamia Wade splitting defenders, and she will travel.
Great defensive stop right there. Good help side defense, clogging up the driving lane by Taylor County.
Broncos pick up full court press as Taylor County. We'll see how they do here in the early phases against this ramped up pressure. Far sideline, that's Kennedy Diener, the 8th grader. She's circling the floor. And a very abrupt 10 count, and just like that, Douglas will get it back.
That's what Douglas does, and that's the question. Can Taylor County handle this pressure, especially for the duration of this game?
So no score, just 31 seconds deep as MK Bennett to inbound side court for the Broncos. There's a lob, far sideline to Knowles, and she's going to draw a quick double team. Bennett weaves it back to Greganis high left. Would be good to get her going today from the floor.
No doubt about it. The more help they get.
Greganis threads the needle. Okerley catches and draws a quick foul as Peyton accelerated up to the basket, and the Broncos will have 2 free throws.
Great penetration and dish by Reagan Greganis. Now, I'll tell you what, Peyton Okerley had 6 points last game against Simon Kenton, and they need all the points that they can get from her.
Peyton Okerley for 2 free throws. She's long with that one as the Taylor County foul whistled on sophomore Avery Rakes. And Okerley trying to score the game's first point at the 7:13 mark. And the Broncos 0 for 2 from the line. That's Tamia Wade on the backboard for Douglas, and the Broncos keep possession.
Great offensive rebound by Tamia Wade.
Greganis idling far baseline. Entry. Okerley, there's Jiggly Knowles driving, and it's off with the left, and a second Taylor County foul.
Douglas is winning the hustle plays thus far. They got to make sure they make these layups and free throws because they're going to get a bunch of them.
Greta Bradstreet called as Jaylee Knowles to the foul line for 2. This is a Broncos team that only missed 1 free throw against Simon Kenton on Wednesday as Knowles gets this one to trickle in.
Yeah, she had a very good shooting night from the free throw line, the 3-point line, and from the field.
Knowles knocks them both in. And Douglas again picking up full court with an early basket lead. Knoll across the timeline to Greta Bradstreet, and Bradstreet drawing some attention, and it's Avery Rakes now at that big UK logo. She tries to do something with it. Bradstreet at the elbow.
Constant pressure here by Douglas.
As the Cardinals going to set up shop in the half court. Jaylee Knowles offering a lot of length at the teeth of that defense.
Yes, she's long, athletic, and she makes it hard to see around and over.
Wonderful move. Kennedy Diener with a swerve dribble beats the defender and scores.
Great move by Kennedy Diener. She's just an 8th grader, ladies and gentlemen.
And a 2-2 start as MK Bennett high left. Now will center it for the Broncos with 6:11 first quarter.
Yeah, I can't imagine two better 8th graders than Kennedy Diener and also Tamia Wade in the state of Kentucky.
There's Bennett feeding the post. Wonderful overplay as Greta Bradstreet from the backside poked it away. And Taylor County with possession. And Peyton Okerley in the passing lane to knock it out of bounds far sideline. And Taylor County will maintain the ball with 5:53 first quarter.
DJ Mobley said that Taylor County is just as aggressive as he is on the defensive end, and they like to make it physical. So let's see how Douglas handles it, especially at the beginning of this game.
Kennedy Diener to initiate the offense side court. Belt high pass to Greta Bradstreet. Back to Diener. Pass at the elbow to the post. Jackson off the window and a crafty basket.
Wow, she's very impressive. That was a big-time turnaround jump shot right there off the glass.
Used a wonderful angle, and Taylor County scored 4 straight to take a 2-point lead. 5:33 first period. Bennett finds Jaylee Knowles high left. There's a Bennett screen. And now Knowles weaving right, comes to a jump stop, explodes and scores.
Great move right there by Jaylee Knowles.
Knowles with all 4 of the Bronco points. As Bradstreet inches into trouble as Wade rips it away for the Broncos. Tamia Wade. Bennett puts it up and in.
Here comes the pressure of Douglas. Timeout Taylor County.
Matt Turner wasting no time. A 30-second break. Douglas leads 6-4 with 5:04 in the first. Sean and I return in just a moment.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back in Lexington, Broncos lead Taylor County 6-4 with 5:04 in the first quarter and 2 early points off turnovers.
Well, that's what Douglas does, and Taylor County hurry up and call a timeout to try to make some adjustments. But you know what Douglas is going to do. You know that this is who they are, and they're not going to change, Chris. It's up to you to be able to withstand, especially for the whole game. And that we haven't seen that very much, except for Sacred Heart back in February. Other than that, they've done what they needed to do when they needed to do it, and it's all predicated on how tough their pressure has been.
Tamia Wade with the theft, and that started the fast break as M.K. Bennett concluded the play. Now Taylor County will inbound as Matt Turner, wasting no time pausing play, the Taylor County first-year head coach.
Smart time out there. Didn't want to let the game get away from him a little bit. Only a 2-point situation. Hurry up and make an adjustment. Settle them down while it's just a 2-point situation and see if we can get this thing turned around for them.
Now, Taylor County's 5 still out on the floor, and Douglas in the huddle for a prolonged period. And now Douglas players back out on the floor to resume action.
And I think DJ's gotten used to these long media timeouts now, so he's keeping them in just as long as he's supposed to.
As the Cardinals to inbound. Has to be a luxury for a coach to really get more instructional time in between breaks.
Yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you don't have that much to say, and you want to hurry up and get your team back out there. So.
And sometimes they're not long enough, I bet.
Exactly.
As the Cardinals going to inbound. And Kennedy Diener, the 8th grader, belt high pass to Bradstreet, and back to Diener, and Diener into forecourt. Working opposite Reagan Gregonis, and Gregonis called for an early foul.
I'll tell you what, this Kennedy Diener looks like a really good basketball player. Man, I like her poise. I like the look that she has out there, and she feels and plays very confident.
The DJ said she loves contact. That's something he really was impressed by in watching her. Bradstreet a 3 on the inbound, top of the key, won't go, and Knoll snares the Bronco rebound, and then she's fallen to the floor, and that ball taken away from her by Kennedy Jackson of Taylor County. And there is a travel as Riley Sproles underneath. Going to be called for the personal, or rather the travel.
I'll tell you what, this Taylor County team is scrappy now. Not giving up on rebounds or anything. They're scrapping, fighting for every possession.
4:28 in this first quarter. Broncos leading 6-4. There's M.K. Bennett on the handoff to Tamia Wade. Wade with a crossover dribble, floats it in the lane and in.
Just a matter of time. Matter of time, Chris. You cannot just play her one-on-one at the top of the key. She's going to burn you every time.
Bradstreet in the corner as the Broncos enjoy an early 8-4 lead. Under 4 minutes, first quarter. And Diener crossover dribble, splitting the double team, and Wade that length poked it away. Reagan Gregonis chases it down. Gregonis to the basket, blocked at the other end. Okerley trying to clean it up, and the Broncos losing the handle out of bounds.
Great steal. Even though they didn't capitalize on that situation right there, they're still wearing Taylor County down and got them really worried about what's going on. So the tempo is really to Douglas's
certainly
advantage.
To their liking early. Kennedy Jackson in the lane. Lobs it to Riley Sproles. Sproles missing from the doorstep as the ball rolls off the cylinder, and Knowles with another Broncos rebound. In the corner, Tamia Wade hoists to 3, and it's in.
Great play by Jaylee Knowles. Got the rebound, took it coast to coast, penetrated and kicked it to Tamia Wade for a wide open 3. Great basketball right there.
Wade with 5 straight for the Broncos. They're now up 11-4. Bradstreet a 3 from the right off, and Gregonis lost the rebound as she had it in Taylor County with an opportunity as Avery Rakes up and will be called with an opportunity at the free throw line with 2 Bronco fouls.
Great fight right there by Taylor County, not giving up on the rebound. Douglas is clearing the rebound because they're more athletic, but soon they bring it down. Taylor County's right there to try to interrupt that and create another steal opportunity.
And a free throw is in for Avery Rakes. It's 11-5 as Douglas picking up their second early foul in this quarter.
Good hustle right there by Peyton Okerley. Okerley just couldn't capitalize on some of those bunnies that she had.
And that one swirls in for Rakes. It's 11-6 as MK Bennett accelerating for the Broncos, and Bennett pausing far sideline. Now she'll retreat for a three, and it's in, a long two from the corner. So MK Bennett just inside the three-point line with 2:46 in this first quarter.
Big time shot right there.
Greta Bradstreet across the timeline. Now Kennedy Diener. There's an open corner three. Avery Rakes well long. Kennedy Jackson got the rebound, and Knowles with the rejection. And the Broncos with a fast break as Tamia Wade carves it underneath to Miami King. And now MK Bennett, top of the key for Douglas.
Tell you what, Jaylee Knowles is really protecting the paint.
2:11 in this quarter. Broncos by 7 as MK Bennett splits defenders, lofts it off the window. It's short. Knowles rebound. That will not go. And Kennedy Jackson collects the Taylor County rebound. And out of bounds coming up the floor. It's going to be side out Taylor County when we return. 1:57 first quarter. The Broncos are off to that good start. They lead 13-6 on Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
An impressive start for Douglas, 157 in this first quarter and a 7-point lead, and already the press causing some opportunities to score.
No doubt about it, and it's hard to really emulate this when you're in practice, Chris, because nobody you play plays like this. You know, you don't have the athletes and the depth that Douglas has, so it's hard to prepare for them, and that's the reason that sets them apart and gives them a really good advantage because of the style of play with the pressure that they bring.
Yeah, the Cardinals having some severe issues, and they've missed a few open threes as well. They've had the looks, just haven't been able to convert.
Well, when you're hyperventilating and you're rushed, those wide open threes aren't as open as you think, because you're always feeling somebody's coming behind you like they have when you're on the dribble. So, you know, a rush jump shot when open is just as good as is just as tough as a challenge shot when you're not open.
PJ talked to you about an increase in deflections, and certainly they've been challenging a lot of the passes.
No doubt about it, but that's his style of play, you know, and I'm sure they're trying to get 37-plus deflections a game, and when you do that, you give yourselves a 97% chance of winning the basketball game. So that's his goal, and they're heading towards it right now.
A lot of energy in the building, a really solid crowd for the second game this afternoon. Taylor County bringing a large contingent from Central Kentucky, and Douglas, a large representation by the student body today to our left. They're about 15 rows deep, standing in the far end zone.
No doubt about it. Taylor coming up the road from Bluegrass Parkway.
And it will be Cardinals ball, right to left, out of the timeout. Under 2 minutes in the quarter. Greta Bradstreet, far sideline, as she'll veer inside the lane. Diener, a crafty two that fell off with the left hand. And Taylor County with a rebound. There's an open three up top and in for Avery Rakes.
Big time shot by Avery Rakes, shooting 41% from three.
A much needed basket, and Reagan Gorganis traveling, coming up the floor. She tried to split defenders at the elbow. And Taylor County back with the ball.
Yeah, Avery Rakes, she hit 3 3-pointers last game against Knott County.
Broncos extending this press as Diener going to bring it across the timeline herself. Wow, great exhibition of dribbling. Bradstreet a three in the corner, and that's in.
That's what they're going to have to do. Diener's going to have to bring the ball up the court and make plays for her teammates.
So Taylor County connecting on back-to-back threes, and they're within one with 1 minute first quarter. Now Tamia Wade circling up top. Knowles near baseline, double team, lost it, spit right back into trouble as the Cardinals out with it. And Kennedy Diener all the way to the basket, off the window, and they have the lead.
Wow. Big time play by the 8th grader for Taylor County, taking it coast to coast.
A quick 8-0 Taylor County run, and they've taken the lead with 35 seconds in the quarter.
That's what DJ was worried about. He was worried about Kennedy Diener really getting going.
MK Bennett up top. As Bennett lobs it in, stolen, trying to find Knowles underneath, and an unforced turnover with 20 seconds in the quarters. Taylor County paces it across. Bradstreet, baseline to Rakes, and Rakes knocks it in.
Yeah, McKelly Bennett turned the ball over, but she's got to get that,
5 seconds left, and Bennett threw it away again as Taylor County with a long three, not nearly in time, but a great bounce back as Taylor County leading Douglas after one, 16-13. More coverage from the state tournament quarterfinal action right after this timeout from Glycon.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Taylor County with a 10-0 run in the last 2 minutes of the first quarter, and we head into the second. They lead 16-13.
Tell you what, everything was predicated by Kennedy Diener's ability to pose her will in this basketball game. She got rebounds, she drove, she finished, and then she made plays for others. And Avery Rakes was just sitting out there salvaging, waiting for her to hit her with that open jump shot, and she made it.
So Avery Rakes with 7. Greta Bradstreet made a big 3 as well, and Douglas to our lower left there, still in the huddle, and DJ Moberly staring at his players with some instruction there, as certainly can't be too pleased with how they finished the quarter.
No doubt about it. They got to take care of the basketball. I thought McKaylee Bennett got a little careless, and also Jaylee Knowles trying to go in too deep. She's got to draw people like she normally does and then kick it back out. I thought she forced a little bit, caused an opportunity for a transition bucket, and then McKelly Bennett, 2 straight turnovers in a row, which Taylor County capitalized on those too. So Douglas has to cut the turnovers down and get scores so they can continue to stay in their pressure and keep Taylor County uncomfortable.
So with Taylor County's Kennedy Diener now bringing the ball up, what does that do differently for their offense?
Well, it loosens it up because Jaylee Knowles has to guard her. That's the person who's guarding her. But for me, I'm still trapping her like I'm trapping everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Just because she gets the ball doesn't mean you soften up. You got to still attack her and keep her uncomfortable here.
Callie Vaughn is on for Taylor County, number 3, 5'8" sophomores. We're back to live action, and Bennett and Oakerly collaborating on a near steal coming up the sideline, but it's out off of Oakerly, and Taylor County able to save possession as they'll inbound right in front of their bench.
Like that situation right there. Peyton Oakley got into her. It made her uncomfortable, stole the ball from her. You got to continue to do that.
Bradstreet working across her opposite number 11 as MK Bennett chases across the timeline. Avery Rakes off the window underneath. It's long, and Knowles snares the Bronco rebound. Up now, MK Bennett. Bennett all the way to the basket. Now she'll retreat in the corner. Up top, Tamia Wade, a 3 up top. It's in!
That's the other 8th grade on the other team. She said, well, anything you can do, I can do better.
And a turnover on the inbound. A careless pass trickles out of bounds as Rakes tried to find Diener on the inbound, and Matt Turner cannot be happy with that one.
That was a great penetration and kick back out to Tamia Wade from Michaela Bennett.
Tamia with 8 early points, made 2 threes. As the Broncos, Peyton Oakerly from the far corner to inbound. Got Nia Carr has checked in for the Broncos to start this quarter. She's in the far corner. As MK Bennett on the bounce, the ball's going to squirt over to Oakerly in the lane, and Oakerly out of sorts and fumbles it out of bounds. She was bumped, expecting a contact, and it's out of bounds to Taylor County.
Yeah, when she goes in there, she's got to know what she's doing when she's driving. Just mishap right there.
Cardinals in backcourt. Callie Vaughn Across the timeline. And Bradstreet all the way down for an easy bucket that's off from Riley Sproles. Missed a wide open layup.
Wow.
And the Broncos corral the rebound.
Broncos got lucky on that possession right there. Nobody was back.
There's M.K. Bennett into forecourt for Douglas. Near wing Oakley. She'll feed the post to Knowles. Knowles spins baseline and draws a trio and a Taylor County foul.
I like the aggressive move right there by Knowles, but when she's got to understand that when she's in the low post, they're coming at her. And so when they clamp down on her, she's got to throw that ball back out because her teammates can make threes.
So Jaylee Knowles, 2 of 2 from the foul line, back for another pair. Trying to break this tie, and she does. The first one's in. Taylor County sends on Kennedy Jackson, an original starter. And she'll sub out Avery Rakes, also a starter in this game.
Yeah, Kennedy Jackson is leading Taylor County in rebounding with 7.9 a game.
Jaylee Knowles, that one off the mark on the free throw, and the rebound tracked down by Greta Bradstreet of Taylor County. The Broncos protect a 1-point lead, 6:38 first half.
Great pressure right there by McKeely Bennett.
There's Kennedy Diener, and a 5-second violation is called.
Great pressure there.
And the Broncos going to inbound directly in front of us. There's Tamia Wade. And she'll trickle it in play to McKaylee Bennett. Broncos score the first 4 of this second quarter to take this 1-point lead. There's Tamia Wade in the corner. Wade lobs it underneath the Knowles. Wonderful overplay and deflected out. And it's off Greta Bradstreet. It will be Bronco ball underneath.
Way to read that by Taylor County. Good idea by Tamia Wade.
Nia Carr to inbound and lobs to Knowles as the recourse. Knowles inside the lane with the left hand. That's off. Rebound volleyed around. Scarfed up by Carr. And she's collided with and fouled by Taylor County.
This was one of the major keys for Douglas, beating Taylor County to basketballs, loose balls, and that was one there that they got.
Second foul on Taylor County's Greta Bradstreet. 2 fouls this quarter as well on Taylor County as Tamia Wade will inbound. There's M.K. Bennett. Over now, Nia Carr in the corner. Bennett hoist a long 3, and it's in.
She needed that one.
Bennett now with 5, and the lead back to 4 for Douglas. This game has been a series of runs for both teams. Taylor County with an opportunity underneath. That's off from Riley Sproles, and the rebound's going to trickle right to Diener, and she'll convert.
Great rebound by Jaylee Knowles. Lost her balance, and Taylor County was right there to pick it up and put it right back in.
Kennedy Diener now with 6 points. None easier than that, as there wasn't a Bronco in sight on the glass that time.
No doubt about it. Oh.
And Bradstreet ripped that ball away from Knowles. Knowles didn't know she was behind her.
Good sneaky play there.
Taylor County now angling in off the window. That's Jackson, leaves that short. Rebound circles out to Tamia Wade for Douglas. Wade all the way to the basket. Off, out of bounds. Taylor County with 5:11 left in this first half.
Great hustle back by Taylor County. Not giving up on the play.
Full court press awaiting Callie Vaughn, and she'll inbound, and here's the post player. Jackson circling and bringing it across for Taylor County. Near wing Kennedy Diener. Diener angling in. And there's a whistle, and a little overzealous. There's the fouls up top on Douglas's Peyton Okerley. Second foul on Peyton in the game. First this quarter on the Broncos as Taylor County brings back sophomore Avery Rakes. And Riley Sproles, another starter, will exit. Under 5 minutes first half. There's Kennedy Diener, high left with Knowles shadowing her. Now Diener spills in. Woven to Rakes up top. Bradstreet, far sideline. Diener guiding a deep 3. It's short from the top of the key, and the rebound snared by M.K. Bennett as the Broncos push the pace. Nia Carr near wing, a long 3, and it's in!
That's what she comes in to do, Chris. Shoot threes. And she's only shooting 16%, but in this tournament, she's shot the ball quite well.
So the Broncos with back-to-back threes, one from Bennett, one from Nia Carr, nearly the same location at the right wing in front of the Taylor County bench. As the lead now at 5 with 4:23 second quarter. Reagan Gregonis back in as Peyton Oakley will exit for the Broncos. Taylor County inbounding against more of this press.
It just stays constant. Just stays constant, Chris.
Avery Rakes coming into front court, and she is fouled. Reach around on Timea Wade. DJ Moberly very upset with one of the officials on the near side. He's been issued a warning. And DJ getting some space from the officials. He paces back at the far end of the Broncos bench. 4:17 now in this first half. Taylor County with a ball down 5. Kennedy Diener up top. Diener splitting the double all the way. Gregonis with a block shot. Wade going to touch it last off the baseline.
Great block by Gregonis. Staying her ground, reaching up and deflecting the basketball.
A possession underneath for Taylor County. Only 2 points in the first 4 minutes of this quarter. There's Diener driving, and Nia Carr got a hand on the ball, but she'll be called for the foul.
Well, one thing about Kennedy Diener, she's going to continue to attack. She looks a little winded right now because Douglas is just wearing her down a little bit just with the style of play. That's how they've been successful thus far. Hopefully it can continue against Taylor County as this game goes along.
Diener now with 9 points. Yeah, she'll make it 10 on the free throw make.
Diener shooting 81% from the line.
She'll get them both. Diener now up to 11 points, leading scorer in the game as the lead at 3 for Douglas with 4 minutes second quarter. There's Nia Carr angling. Build high pass swung to MK Bennett up top as the Broncos initiate their offense against this Taylor County man-to-man defense. Now Nia Carr swings it top left to Knowles. It's back to Gregonis far sideline. As MK Bennett feeds Knowles at the foul line, and Diener poked it away right to a companion, Vaughn. And that's a turnover, and Timea Wade called for the foul coming up the floor, and that's the Broncos' 5th foul of this second quarter.
Yeah, and second on Timea Wade, too. I thought Jaylee Knowles, they got it to her at the top, at the elbow. She didn't turn fast enough, Chris, to really locate where the defense was, and somebody came in from behind her and swiped the ball away.
Knowles 27 points, rather a Diener 27 points versus Knott County Central on Wednesday, and she is, at least statewide, making a name for herself this week.
Yes, she is.
As Diener swishes the free throw, DJ Moberly to our left. This time he's working the other official.
As a coach, you got to do so. When you wear the one down, you got to go to the next one. You know, you got 3 of them to deal with, so somebody's got to be your friend out of the 3. Or if not, you're in trouble.
We got a good cop, bad cop, as Diener swishes that one as well. The deficit at 1 for Taylor County with 3:25 first half. There's McKaylee Bennett to the basket and in.
She saw it. She saw an opening right there, a lane, and she took it. Early offense.
Broncos by 3. With 3:11 left, first half. Diener left-hand dribble across the timeline. Bradstreet far sideline back to Diener. Diener calls her own number, circles it up and off. And underneath, Kennedy Jackson follows for Taylor County. Jackson relentless on the glass. It still won't go. And finally, Nia Carr out for Douglas. There's Timea Wade to her strong right-hand dribble. And a Taylor County foul.
That's what Douglas has to continue to do, keep attacking. But they must keep Taylor County off the offensive glass. Taylor County's getting quite a few offensive rebounds, Chris.
Timea Wade for 2 free throws when we come back as Taylor County with their 5th foul. And 2:47 now first half. Immediate timeout. You're listening to the quarterfinal action of the Sweet 16 from Glycon.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
A well-played first half sees Frederick Douglass leading Taylor County 25-22 with 2:47 left in this second quarter. And that big Taylor County 10-0 run to close the first quarter, very pivotal in this game.
Yes, it was. I mean, they showed some resilience in about a minute's time, Chris. You know, they turned them over twice. They hit two threes, and 2 back-to-back baskets off of their pressure. Really got them back in this basketball game.
Tamia Wade for 2 free throws out of the immediate timeout. Wade leading the Broncos with 8 points. And you've got McKaylee Bennett that has chipped in 7.
And you got you got some more help from Nia Carr, who hit a 3 too. So everybody's got to contribute, and I think that's what's been happening for Douglas. Even though Reagan Gregonis hasn't gotten a shot up yet, but Peyton Oakley has shown her presence. But she's missed some key layups too. But she's really been good on the defensive end like she normally is.
Coming up at halftime, we'll update the score ticker. We'll talk more about that GRC win today as they defeated North Laurel 50-42. Then we'll preview both quarterfinals tonight with Sacred Heart and Cooper. The last of the 4 today with an 8:30 start. We'll have that one for you right here on Glycod. So Tamia Wade for 2. 74% free throw shooter.
Well, this is one of the keys. This is how Douglas can separate themselves by taking empty possessions and turning 2 points from free throws.
And that free throw rattles in.
She just plays with so much poise. I'm impressed with these 2 8th graders. I mean, if there are 2 other 8th graders in the country, not just in the state, that are better than these 2, I want to see them.
Douglas now by 5 as Tamia Wade drains both free throws. And the side inbound knocked out of bounds off of MK Bennett, so it's going to stay Taylor County with 2:46 in this first half.
I bet Kennedy Diener's like, can you guys just settle down just a little bit? Just let me have some type of comfort sometime in this game.
Inbound from Diener and knocked out of bounds again. This was Miami King with some length, and it's going to stay, or actually it's going to flip to Douglas.
Wow, yes, that was a great deflection by Tamia Wade on the side out of bounds.
So it's Bronco ball, touched last out of bounds by Taylor County. And here's Nia Carr for the Broncos as Carr weaves in the corner. Miami King. And a great call as she double dribbled.
Yeah, she did. Got excited, a little excited, Chris.
And Taylor County length of the floor here with 2:36 remaining in this first half.
Douglas is face guarding right now, full court pressure.
There's Kennedy Diener, reverse dribble. And she is still way deep in backcourt. There's Avery Rakes, and Rakes across the timeline. Rakes against Nia Carr, and another 5-second violation whistled.
Great defense by Douglas. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Not only was McKaylee Bennett's pressure good, but the denial by Douglas, not letting anybody else catch the basketball, was even better.
Broncos forcing 2 early 5-second violations. Leading by 5, Jaylee Knowles spins in the lane, lost her footing, and traveled.
Yeah, she's got to learn to give that basketball up when she's penetrating like that.
Kennedy Diener to inbound underneath her basket as the Cardinals with 94 feet to go. Here comes Avery Rakes' left-hand dribble, being badgered in backcourt by Nia Carr. And a Bronco foul. It's on Tamia Wade.
Yeah, that's her third.
And the Broncos over the limit, so Taylor County with a pair of free throws now with 2:01 in this first half.
Yeah, DJ Mobley didn't need that one. That's the risk you take when you're a constant pressure team and you got some key players out there. And if you're going to keep them out there with a significant amount of fouls, you know, you're taking a chance on them getting to your third and your fourth, you know what I'm saying, especially in the first half.
Avery rakes long with that free throw. The second one in the air. That one is out as well, so the Broncos dodge a bullet. As Tamia Wade again checks out after that third foul.
Now McKelly Bennett's got to be the maestro out here while Tamia Wade's on the bench.
1:45 second quarter, Broncos by 5. Bennett finds Gregonis near wing. Gregonis left-hand dribble, lofts it underneath Knowles, catches and puts it in.
Great pick and roll action right there by Rego Gregonis and Jaylee Knowles.
Knowles now with 7 as Taylor County hurriedly into front court. There's Diener pacing. Shot partially rejected. Sent right back to her, though, as Taylor County hangs on to it. And now they don't. Thrown away. Here comes Gregonis at a minute. And sloppy sequence there as Miami King did not expect that pass. Taylor County with a rebound and a quick 30-second timeout. So the Cardinals with a quick 30 will join them as well. Frederick Douglass on top by 7. 1:08 in the first half from Glycod.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Taylor County basketball 1:08 first half as Frederick Douglass has outscored the Cardinals by 10 in this quarter. They trailed by 3 after 1.
And it's all about pressure, Chris. It's all about defense. And Douglas is getting stops, whether making them take tough shots and getting rebounds to create transition layups or creating transition layups and shots from their pressure, the steals that they're creating.
Cardinals will inch it in play, and every pass is challenged. This time Miami King knocks it out of bounds.
Like we said before, this pressure just wears on you.
This time they'll toss it in without a deflection. Now across the timeline, far sideline, Callie Vaughn races up. She'll take it all the way to the basket. There's McKaylee Bennett with a Broncos foul.
Yeah, McKaylee Bennett, she's got to stay poised because DJ Mobley needs her.
First foul on Bennett.
Sometimes you don't have to foul. You just challenge the shot without fouling them and make them take a tough layup, which they normally miss anyway.
With 59.6 in this half. And Taylor County has now misguided the last 3 free throws. It's Callie Vaughn. Shoots it pretty well, though. It's 77% on the year. And the second free throw in the air, and that's out too.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So the Cardinals 0 for their last 4, and the song remains the same as the Broncos by 7 with 54 seconds first half. Reagan Gregonis veering left for Douglas. Now lost the handle, able to get it back though. Nia Carr has it far sideline for Douglas. And a deflection and Taylor County foul. It's on Avery Rake. She anticipated that pass just a little late, bumping McKaylee Bennett. Only the 4th team Broncos foul.
Yeah, Douglas has to watch it, throwing those cross-court passes like that.
Excuse me, only the 4th team Taylor County foul. So Frederick Douglass maintaining possession with 37.8 in this first half. There's Nia Carr in backcourt for Douglas. Now Gregonis at 30. As Bennett handles up top in the balance of this first half. Goals cutting. Gregonis, a great pass, and the basket's in.
Great backdoor cut by Jaylee Knowles.
15 seconds left in the half. Douglas by 9, their largest advantage. Taylor County's Diener across the timeline at 5. Diener all the way underneath the basket, back out. Lila Phillips puts it up and banks it in from the side to close the first half. Lila Phillips, a senior, only averaging 1 point, banks it in from the side, and the Broncos by 7, Sean, at half.
That's the way you want to end the half. You know, nothing's been going right for you. You've been rushed all night. You're uncomfortable. You can't establish a rhythm. But, man, before the half ends, you make a shot like that, now you feel good about yourself going into the halftime locker room. But if I'm Coach Matt Turner, okay, I got to get my young ladies to settle down, run their hands into the ball, and continue to attack, because when they do attack, good things happen.
To our right, Coach Turner for Taylor County still out on the floor. He's conversing with Riley Sproles, his senior, and you've got an assistant there as well. It was a pretty animated conversation for 90 seconds with those three, and now they're going to head into the locker room.
Well, they told her she got to have her head on a swivel. You know, when you come and you cutting off the cut, but you got to turn your head to see the back cut, and she didn't. And that's why Jaylee Knowles snuck behind her and got that layup.
Douglas by 7 at the half. More coverage from the Sweet 16 right after this on Glycod.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
It's halftime at Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. Quarterfinal number 2 with Frederick Douglass leading Taylor County 31-24. Broncos outscore the Cardinals 18-8 in that second quarter, and they're doing it via the turnover, Sean.
No doubt about it, but Chris, I'm looking at this stat sheet. Am I looking at it right? Douglas has 17 turnovers and Taylor County only has 10? That doesn't sound right. I thought the way the game was going that Taylor County would have the 17 and Douglas would have 10, but that's been the game. Douglas's pressure is the reason why they're ahead right now, and Taylor County's got to find a way to break it, create good shots from it, and then also on the other end, stop Douglas's penetration and kick, and also keeping Jaylee Knowles from getting big-time rebounds.
Halftime numbers presented by Community Action Council. They are helping people and changing lives. Broncos with 7 more turnovers, but how about that 4 for 4 from three-point range?
Hey, that's been the tell of the game, and they're also shooting 68% from the field, which is big time for their basketball team because they're normally only shooting 47% from the field, and to be shooting only 70% from the field is big time, especially in a state tournament game like this.
Broncos +7 on the glass as well as this Taylor County team. You felt like they may really struggle on the backboard. They just don't have the length of a Jaylee Knowles, but it's the offensive rebounds, I think, Sean, that's keeping Taylor County relevant sometimes.
Their hustle points are keeping them in this game. They're beating Frederick Douglass to loose balls. Frederick Douglass may get the rebound, but they're not giving up, taking the ball out of their hands. And DJ Mobley said that this team is physical and they're fighters, and they're showing their way right now.
What do you look for from an adjustment standpoint? The Broncos doing some good things, but they have been very sloppy at times in this first half.
Well, they have been, and McKaylee, kind of got out of whack a little bit. You got Tamil Wade, who's out of sync with fouls, but you just got to settle down and don't force the deal, especially with Jaylee Knowles. I thought Jaylee Knowles kind of forced some things. Got to understand where the pressure is coming from, where the double team's coming from, and then when it does come, get off of it. I thought they were pressing a little bit, being a little careless with the basketball, and it's giving Taylor County a sense of, hope that if we could continue to get turnovers, we just got to make shots on our end.
Kennedy Diener leading them with 10 points. Avery Rakes has 7. Tamia Wade, despite 3 fouls, with 10 points for Douglas. Jaylee Knowles, 9 points, and also with 9, McKaylee Bennett. But that number for Wade, maybe not the points as important as the fouls with 3.
No doubt about it, and she's got to be smart, you know what I mean, because she's the one who makes the smart plays down the stretch for this Frederick Douglass team, and she can't be on the bench part-time in this second half for them to have a really comfortable situation as far as going down the stretch winning this basketball game.
Halftime, Frederick Douglass leading Taylor County 31-24, and more coverage on Glycott from the Sweet 16 in just a moment.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
More coverage from the Sweet 16 tonight. Coverage starts at 8 o'clock for the 8:30 tip between Cooper versus Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart, perhaps the favorite, or clearly the favorite in this tournament, but they await a stern test. This is a very strong Cooper team this year.
Yes, it is, and they've had some success throughout the year, too, and their team in the Sweet 16 to be reckoned with. Wow, Sacred Heart's coming out with even though Douglas had a tough night the other night with Simon Kenton. Simon Kenton knocked off Sacred Heart not too long ago, so Sacred Heart has shown some vulnerability down the stretch. So you never know what in this basketball game. Anything can happen in the Sweet 16.
The winner of this game gets George Rogers Clark tomorrow at 11 o'clock as GRC a hard-fought win earlier, 50-42 over North Laurel. And you've got to love Joey Graham, be able to get these guys back to another semifinal.
No doubt about it. And I got a chance to watch them the second half of that basketball game. They are a very strong and well-coached team that are very disciplined and plays extremely hard. And they're talented, too. They got about 3 or 4 young ladies that can really, really play.
We will step aside. Second half live from Rupp Arena. After this, Frederick Douglass leading Taylor County 31-24. We'll be right back.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the night owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Welcome back to the Sweet 16 as Frederick Douglass possesses a 7-point lead, 31-24 as we get set for the second half. Going to be Broncos basketball right to left to begin.
Well, Douglass wants to come out with a great start and add to this lead right from the jump.
Kaylee Bennett will handle. She has 9 points as she'll arc it near sideline to Reagan Greganis as Greganis finds Tamia Wade up top. A very deep three that's off to the right, and the rebound tracked down in the corner by Greta Bradstreet of Taylor County.
Great play call coming out of the second half. Tamia Wade ended the half with 3 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
There's Avery Rakes. Kennedy Jackson underneath. Jackson sealed off, and Knowles swipes it away with a steal. Here comes Tamia Wade for Douglas as Wade swerves to the basket. Lost her own footing, and the ball's going to fumble out. It's touched last by Taylor County's Riley Sproles.
Yeah, she got tripped up right there.
As Reagan Greganis to inch it in underneath for Douglas. Greganis surveying her options. There's Tamia Wade up top. And M.K. Bennett on the handle with some length opposing her. Diener. Peyton Okerley drives baseline. McKaylee Bennett, a left three. It's short right in front of the Broncos bench, and the rebound snared by Kennedy Jackson of Taylor County.
Good drive and kick, just didn't make the bucket.
6:50 in this third as Diener drove all the way to the basket and then lost it as well. Sloppy sequence for both teams to start this half. Greganis lobs. Knowles completes the play with a basket.
Great play by Reagan Greganis. Throwing it over the top to Jaylee Knowles for a bucket.
Jaylee now with 11 as the Broncos with another steal. Greganis far sideline as Broncos have led by double figures once today. Basket here would make it 2 on the afternoon. There's McKaylee Bennett around to Greganis near wing. And Bennett ball over her shoulders, far sideline. Tamia Wade in the corner. Inches it in the lane. Stolen by Avery Rakes of Taylor County. And Wade there anticipated the pass and got it back. There's Wade underneath Greganis and a held ball. Taylor County with the arrow in their favor at the 5:55 mark.
Douglas not coming out with some spunk. They've got a couple turnovers, but their body language is not as what I would like to see from a sense of urgency standpoint.
And a 9-point lead, led by 7 at half. There's Kennedy Diener angling left for Taylor County. Good overplay and steal by Oakerly.
Great
There's
play.
McKaylee Bennett all the way down, and she is fouled from behind by racing and closing Kennedy Diener, and Bennett to the foul line for 2.
Great steal by Oakerly. That's what she does, and that's what she's given this team since she's been implemented into the starting lineup.
McKaylee Bennett's play has just been sensational in the postseason. The big game in the semifinal of the region, 19 points versus Franklin County, as Bennett knocks in a free throw.
I love her attitude, and I love her confidence, and she plays with a chip on her shoulder.
Bennett now in double figures with 10, and both free throws go down, so she now has 11. And that's the margin for Douglas with 5:38 third quarter, and a steal, near steal by Wade, as she anticipated it just a bit late, and there's Bennett with a deflection. Taylor County hangs on to it. Avery Rakes baseline, blocked by Knowles. And the Broncos come out with it. And Knowles being bumped, and a Taylor County foul.
Great play by Knowles. She just does everything for this basketball team. She's the anchor on the defensive end. You pressure, you force the ball to come straight to the rim under duress. And when they're uncomfortable and pressing, she's the person who knocks it out of the air.
Broncos seeking a big run, perhaps to open this margin even larger. Bennett across to Greganis as Greganis left wing. Tamia Wade arcs a 3, short. Rebound, Jaylene Knowles, put back short. Oakerly follows, that's long. And Taylor County out with a rebound as Diener 1 against 3, and now Diener will decelerate far wing. Diener angles baseline, and she's shoved out of bounds, and a Broncos foul on Peyton Oakerly. Inbound underneath for Taylor County. They've been scoreless for 3 minutes to start this third quarter.
Thus far, Chris.
There's the inbound, Riley Sproles. Cardinals have to get something going from 3. Driving and poked away, Wade with some length, and stolen back by Kennedy Diener of Taylor County, and Diener puts it in.
Yeah, Jaylene Knowles kind of got a little careless there with the basketball.
There's McKaylee Bennett all the way to the basket, and her shot is blocked but out of bounds off of Riley Sproles. It'll be Douglas ball underneath.
If you're Douglas, you can't give Taylor County any type of chances with unforced turnovers.
And Greganis tried to inch it to Oakerly. It's knocked back at her, so out of bounds again, Douglas.
You want to keep their confidence at a minimum.
4:34 in this third quarter. As Oakerly scarfs it up on the inbound. Oakerly up top. Tamia Wade, a deep 3, top of the key. This one, horseshoes out. The follow, though, goes for Knowles.
There she goes, cleaning it up. Tamia Wade goes in and out. But the 17.8 score, Jaylene Knowles cleans it up and puts the ball back in the hole.
Broncos by 11. It'll be their largest lead thus far. Long 3 off from Bradstreet. Chased down by Reagan Greganis. And how about the effort by Diener to race all the way back and knock it out of bounds? She's a very impressive player.
Yes, she is.
As Douglas going to inbound underneath as Peyton Oakerly checks out. And for the first time today, we'll have Nevaeh Major on, 5'6" freshman. There's the inbound, and Bradstreet from behind called, and a Taylor County foul.
Good duck in there by Jaylee Knowles. She kind of lost her footing a little bit. Ref call foul.
4:01 in this third quarter. Taylor County going to send on Lila Phillips, 5'8" senior. Broncos inbound. Greganis back to McKaylee. Bennett now. Bennett will retrieve and come back into front court. Greganis far sideline up top. Tamia Wade around Nevia Major. Build high pass. Greganis top of the key.
Douglas doing a good job moving the ball from side to side.
As Greganis finds a Major far wing as Frederick Douglass patiently controlling possession here with 3:24 in this third quarter. And Bennett on the march, back far sideline in front of a few empty chairs to Jaylee Knowles. And track down now to Tamia Wade up top for Douglas. There's Wade circling around. Knowles cuts, puts it in with the left hand.
Great play right there by Tamia Wade on the bounce pass, pocket pass, and Jaylee Knowles with a great finish with her left hand.
11-point now becomes a 13-point margin. That shot short from Diener from the foul line, but she got her own rebound. Avery rakes a baseline jumper is long for Taylor County, and Nevia Major cited for an over-the-top Douglas foul.
Great pick and roll action right there by Tamia Wade and Jaylee Knowles.
Media timeout. Taylor County with possession. When we come back, 39-26 Douglas, 2:46 in the third quarter. You're listening to the Sweet 16 from Glycod.
Bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
A 13-point game. Broncos on top over Taylor County with 2:46 in this third quarter. Both teams coming into this Sweet 16 with identical one-win marks, not only this year but collectively in their career. So a lot of commonalities between these two programs.
Well, we said that, and they have some very familiar, especially with age. And, two young coaches that with Matt, it's only his first season here, and he's got Coach of the Year his first year, and we all know what DJ's done in the 5 short seasons that he's been at Douglas. So, two great minds with great players. I tell you what, you can have all the X's and O's that you want, Chris, but you need Jim and Joe's and Jane and Maine's and Jane's and Mary's, and both of these teams have both. And, you go with Kennedy Diener, who's one of the top 8th graders in the state, and you got Tamia Wade, who I think is probably the best 8th grader in the state just from a point guard standpoint. But, wow, you got Jaylee Knowles, you got Kennedy Jackson, and because of Douglas's pressure and the way they play, that's the reason why they're up in this game right now by 11.
Winner gets George Rogers.
13.
Winner gets GRC tomorrow at 11 a.m. I think I misspoke earlier. Our apologies. It's Robbie Graham. Not Joey Graham. Joey, a former Oklahoma State Cowboy.
Yeah. Well, both of us are got something in common. We mess people's names up all the time, Chris.
We do. 2:46 in this third. Taylor County needs a run here as they try to get back in this thing. And there's an inbound off from Diener. Well-orchestrated play, but the shot's out. And Tamia Wade circles the rebound for Douglas. There's Nevia Major baseline. Nevia Major drives, denied and fouled by Taylor County's Kennedy Jackson.
Great drive, aggressive drive. She saw the lane to Nevia Major and took it and got fouled.
So Major to the free throw line for 2 for another youthful Bronco, only a freshman, as her role has also grown here in the postseason. Free throw is in.
She's only a 41% free throw shooter, but she went up there and knocked it down like she's shooting 80. Major
crouching, releasing. Well done, young lady. Knocked them both in. And a 15-point Douglas lead. High watermark advantage with 2:30 in this third, and Taylor County up against it. Callie Vaughn, far sideline for the Cardinals. And Vaughn triggers a three. Well short, but then it crawled over the rim and in.
Great shot by Kelly Vaughn, shooting 31% from three. Got the bounce.
41-29 with 2:11 third quarter. Gregonis flings a three well deep in that corner, and Kennedy Jackson digs out the Taylor County rebound.
I think that's the first three that Gregonis has shot all the game.
Cardinals have it in the baseline. Back to Kennedy Jackson. Initiated contact, and Major called for the foul as the shot rattles out. And Taylor County for 2 free throws.
Yeah, I would love to see Reagan Gregonis get going a little bit. She's very capable and due.
2 free throws for Kennedy Jackson. 2 points, 5 rebounds this afternoon. Came in averaging 10 points, and that free throw is short.
Shooting 69% from the free throw line, Chris. Tell you what, Taylor County needs all the points they can get right now if they want to make a run in this game.
They had the 2 early threes in the 10-0 run to close the first quarter, but they've not been able to be too successful from out there since. Long rebound by Nevaeh Major off the miss, and it looks like she might have gotten in the lane early. So yeah, Taylor County with one more.
It was Jaylee Knowles who kind of stepped into her man on the free throw line there. A little too early.
So Kennedy Jackson, one more free throw. And this one's steered in. So the deficit 11 for the 5th region champs with 1:51 third quarter. Now Major inside the lane. Knowles catches it in the closing block out by Vaughn. And it's going to stay Douglas ball underneath.
I tell you what, I like Nevaeh Major there. She got in there, penetrated, dished it to Knowles. Unfortunately, she got it blocked, but that was a great play.
Reagan Gregonis shuttles out as the Broncos send back in Tamia Wade. There's the inbound, deflected out off of Callie Vaughn. With 1:43 third quarter.
Good defense there by Taylor County.
And Major again to ignite the offense from underneath the Broncos basket. Lob pass, McKaylee Bennett. Bennett, oh my, indecision, and threw that ball behind Jaylee Knowles out of bounds for an unforced turnover.
Yeah, she thought Jaylee Knowles would be there ready for the three, and Jaylee Knowles made a cut to the basket, and miscommunication there.
1:38 in this third quarter. Broncos protect an 11-point lead. Vaughn tried to find Bradstreet underneath, and somehow Taylor County came out with it. There's Jackson, a strong moving in.
Good strong move by Jackson. She knew she had Tamia Wade, and Tamia Wade had to loosen up a little bit because she already has 3 fouls.
And Taylor County going to pick up their 5th foul coming up the floor as McKaylee Bennett walking all the way up to shoot 2 free throws with 1:18 in this third quarter.
Well, it's going to come down to free throws now, especially in this fourth quarter, once the fourth quarter starts. So Douglas has got to be prepared to make them.
And that free throw dances in for Bennett.
Nice soft touch there by McKaylee Bennett. Shooting 65% from the free throw line.
Bennett now with 12 points. You've got 3 Broncos in double figures. Knowles 15 points. Bennett 12. Tamia Wade 10 points. And the free throw, friendly roll again for MK. 43-32, Frederick Douglass, 1:17 third quarter. Here comes Callie Vaughn pausing in the corner. Kennedy Jackson underneath. Angles the shot well long, and Wade backside. Corral Douglas racing out as Nevaeh Major. Major from the elbow, well long with that one. Got her own rebound. It's dug out on the floor. Okerley tangled up. And Douglas with the arrow in their favor on the held ball.
I'll tell you what. Nevaeh Major's trying to make her presence felt in this basketball game. She's taking advantage of every opportunity she gets from a scoring situation.
Great job of not traveling as well. That deep pass, able to hang on to it. And the Broncos inbound up top to Bennett. There's Bennett retreating now with the freshman shadowing her. Greta Bradstreet, the freshman, on her. Bennett in the corner now. Knowles spinning. Major, a corner three, out. Knowles rebound, up and off, and a foul.
Great offensive rebound right there by Jaylee Knowles. Reaching over Kennedy Jackson for that rebound and almost got an and one, Chris.
There's just very few teams that have a matchup for her.
I haven't seen one yet, and what you got to do is you got to clamp down on her, make her make decisions that she has problems with at times because of her aggressiveness. That's the only chance you got.
First free throw is off as Knowles one more with 32.4 in the third. This free throw is in. $16 points now for Jaylee with 30 seconds in this third quarter. High left three's off by Diener. Jackson got the rebound, and Timea Wade out with it for Douglas as she brings it across. Wade and Callie Vaughn closing with a block shot out of bounds. It stays Douglas with 14.6 left.
Another block by Jaylee Knowles. She does everything, Chris. Everything, and only a sophomore.
Major to trigger it in for Douglas. Up top to MK Bennett. With 11 seconds in the third, and Bennett finds Okerley. She'll try a three. That's well long from the right, and a rebound by Vaughn for Taylor. With 2 seconds left, Diener got it off in time. The officials, it went in. The officials going to talk about it to see. So 2 of the 3 officials going to talk about it. No indication just yet as the basket did go in. But again, no replay and still no decision by the trio of officials. Diener's shot went in.
She didn't make it. The light came on beforehand.
Well, it's not determined yet. The 3 officials still talking about it down there.
Yeah.
So 0's on the board. And again, no decision. All 3 of them talking underneath the basket as Diener put it in. I don't know how you can make a determination without replay.
I know it. They got to come over here and watch the deal.
So both teams in a timeout. And here comes one of the officials. He's going to break the suspense. And he's going to call both the coaches over.
Why?
I mean, it's either a yes or a no. Got a foul, so the basket.
It's no good. The basket's no good.
They have a foul. So they're waving off the basket. Is that a way to appease everybody, Sean?
Well, the foul did happen before the shot, so you got to call the foul. But the shot, she did not get the shot up in time. But the foul did happen before the shot clock. I mean, before the clock ended. Great call. That's the right call. That is the right call.
So the officials took their time, and the foul is on Nevaeh Major of Douglas. So you're going to have, it looks like, 2 untimed free throws here.
Yes, you will.
And
Great decision by the refereeing corps.
So this game is technically still in the third quarter. So both teams still on their end of quarter timeouts, if you will, as they're both deep inside their own huddles. Okay, so they're going to count the basket. There you go.
Wow.
And DJ Moberly just slammed the clipboard. DJ Moberly's being asked to get back to his bench, so they're going to count the basket. Is this an and one? Now you got a free throw, it appears.
It looks like it, Chris. I thought they didn't count the basket.
All right, so you got an and one here. So they're going to credit the basket. Diener got it in time. Apparently, she's going to get an untimed free throw, and then we're going to go to a media pause into the fourth quarter.
How can you change that in the middle of the situation there?
Well, you don't have replay. I don't know how you can make one call one way or the other.
I thought we were in Rupp Arena. I thought there was replay in Rupp Arena.
Well, but for the high school and the officials, again, they didn't come over and look at anything. They just, the 3 of them discussed it at their naked eye and recollection, and they said, okay, basket's going to go in and a foul.
Wow, and they put .2, so they're saying that basket went in at .2 seconds.
to Kennedy Diener for a big free throw to reduce this to single digits to close the third quarter. And Diener's free throw crawls in. So Douglas going to do a courtesy inbound, and that's going to take us to the fourth. That's a big sequence there as Taylor County gets 3 with some found money to close the third. And the Broncos lead 44-35 on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Broncos lead 44-35 as we welcome you back. Taylor County with a big and one to close the third quarter. Kennedy Diener with the basket and then a Broncos foul. And that's a big turn of foot here in this game.
Very interesting call right there, Chris. I mean, you and I got to see it. We didn't think that the ball left her hands before the clock went 0, but the refs didn't see it that way, and they counted an N1. So, instead of being down,
you go from 12 to 9.
12 to 9, with less than a point of a second to go in the third quarter.
So Frederick Douglass 26-7 coming in already. A school record in terms of wins in one season, trying to get 27 today. And another day to play on as they would take on GRC in tomorrow's first semifinal at 11, should this score hold. But still 8 minutes to play, and Taylor County feeling good about themselves. And you hear the crowd pick up in their support of as the Cardinals will inbound with the ball.
Yeah, they are. And, it's the fourth quarter. You know you're going to hear something, especially with that type of situation happening to end the third quarter.
There's Kennedy Diener on the dribble, lost her footing, and coming back to get the ball is Riley Sproles up top, back to Diener. And Callie Vaughn at the elbow gives to Diener. Diener inside the lane. In another and one is Greganis with a foul as the basket goes in.
Great play by Diener. Being relentless, trying to get to the rim. Trying to do everything she can to get her team back in this basketball game.
Diener with 17. The deficit is 7 for the Cardinals with 7:39 in this third quarter.
Big time play by the 8th grader.
Her poise just jumps off the page.
I'll tell you what, the future is bright in Kentucky basketball, especially on the women's side with these young ladies playing such significant parts and playing such significant roles for their high school.
Diener buries the free throw. She's got 18 and a near turnover on the deflection. It's out of bounds. Douglas. Lila Phillips knocked that out of bounds.
Douglas needs to wake up a little bit and play with more sense of urgency.
There's Bennett in backcourt. Now they're being pressed, and Diener bumps Bennett coming up the floor, and she'll be called for the foul. Diener might have the wind knocked out of her as M.K. Bennett and her collided coming up the floor. Going to have a Cardinals timeout, and for no other reason, I think that's going to give Diener a chance to catch her breath.
Yeah, no doubt about it. She got hit in the sternum a little bit.
Take a quick timeout. Douglas ball with 7:35 to play on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Frederick Douglass on top by 6 with 7:35 to play, but things starting to get a little questionable for the Broncos.
No doubt about it, and Taylor County's not counting himself out. They're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Douglass, and it starts with Kennedy Diener just being aggressive, doing whatever she can from an offensive standpoint to give her team a chance.
Spotting a great Frederick Douglass student body sign to our left. May your swishes come true, Aaliyah. I love it.
Scholastic athletics, Chris. You can't beat it.
Great support today by the Broncos student body, and really for both these programs. I think administrations have to be very proud of all the support that these kids are receiving from both their fan bases.
No doubt about it. And you see some of the familiar faces of Douglas's men's basketball team who had a great year under Murray Garvin right there in the front row cheering on their girls.
That's DeMarcus Surratt, one of those guys. That's great to see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. What great pride over there at Douglass High School.
So it's going to be Bronco ball out of the timeout. 7:35 in the fourth quarter. Kennedy Diener back out there again. She was bumped by M.K. Bennett coming up the floor.
Taylor County's in their full court pressure. Picking up full court here.
Nia Card inbound. Nia made a big three in this game in the first half. She's going to trigger it in. Back to Wade, and now Nia Card brings it across, and she traveled. So the youth starting to show a bit as Carr indecisive there when she received the pass.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a tough play right there by Carr.
And Taylor County only down 2 possessions, and it's stolen by Bennett, and Bennett puts it in.
They just break your heart just with the constant pressure and gambling active hands by Douglass.
Just like that, it's 8, and Diener going to bring it across for Taylor County. Diener banks it in.
Good runner right there by Diener.
Bennett across to Knowles. Nice grasp by Jay Lee as Knowles being badgered coming up the near sideline. And Knowles able to hang on to it. DJ Moberly astutely calls timeout as Knowles was in disarray.
Yes, she was, but Taylor County was coming down on her with active hands. Great timeout right there by DJ Moberly.
We're going to keep things right here as the Broncos in their own huddle with the timeout. What are some adjustments they need to make against this press?
I'll tell you what, just attack it, stop being so nonchalant. You know, you're throwing these live passes and you're playing against a desperate team like Taylor County. You got to be more aware of your surroundings, and your passes got to be more crisper. You got to continue to be more aggressive, run your hands into the ball. And when you do that, look up because most of their players are down there pressuring you. Throw over the top and attack the rim for layups.
So the Broncos still 4 timeouts at their disposal as they try to reset, I think maybe more than anything, reset the energy in this game as Taylor County has come out like gangbusters in this fourth.
Yeah, they kind of taken this game for granted a little bit because of the success they've had. You got to stay on you got to keep your foot on the gas, Chris, and Douglas kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit. Now they got to put it back on.
Reagan Gorganis to inbound underneath for the Broncos. Still 7 minutes to play. Tamia Wade in the corner, up top McKaylee Bennett.
I'll sit out here until they come get me.
And Diener staring at that ball as she shadows Bennett man-to-man. There's Nia Carr on the bounce. Carr double team, finds Knowles up top. Knowles splitting defenders and coughed it up, stolen. Avery Rakes driving for Taylor County, and Tamia Wade
Good
Gonna tie
hands, jump
up
ball.
Taylor County. That could have been her 4th foul, but the official says it's a held ball and it's Douglas possession.
Yeah, she got lucky right there, but the right call was made, but the referees could have easily called foul there.
6:41 in this 4th quarter, and Douglas with the basketball. Bennett back to Wade as Wade lofts it over to MK, and Bennett across the timeline. Reagan Greganis with a chance to score. Greganis to the closing Nia Carr, and Carr put it
Good
in.
play right there by Reagan Greganis making that play to Nia Carr. Great layup made by Nia Carr, too.
Carr now with 5 big points in this game and a 48-40 Broncos advantage. And another held ball as Vaughn just suffocated on the sideline. Arrow to Taylor County now.
Taylor County needs to be smart about those handoffs because they know that Douglas is going to try to heat them up and blow it up.
And the Cardinals pitch it in play back in backcourt to Kennedy Diener. 20 points today for the 8th grader for Taylor County. And Diener and Bennett is all about her. You know, Greta Bradstreet, the freshman, handles up top. Bradstreet weaves it in the corner. And Wade with some length, poked it free momentarily. There's Kennedy Jackson under suffocating defense. Jackson in the corner. Diener cuts, and the pass deflecting off of Diener, and it's out of bounds, Douglas.
Good defensive possession right there by Douglas. Their pressure caused that turnover.
There's Tamia Wade inbounding to Knowles, and Knowles being bumper card up the floor and finally loses the handle. There's Kennedy Diener driving, laid it long, and a foul on Douglas. Yeah. It's the 4th on Tamia Wade.
Jaylee Knowles got to be smarter and be stronger with her ball right there in that situation.
So Kennedy Diener for 2 free throws. Clock idle at 5:38. Diener going to catch her breath and take a minute as she cradles the ball. 2 big free throws. The first one rattles in. One more looming. As Diener, 27 on Wednesday, 21 more points today. Swish on that one. 2-possession game, 5:36 left. And Bennett splitting defenders in backcourt, colliding with both, and a Taylor County foul. Foul on Callie Vaughn. The 3rd foul this quarter on the Cardinals.
Douglas got to be strong with the ball here, knowing that Taylor County's coming with aggressive defense.
So Nia Carr going to inbound at side court as Wade for the moment checks out with 4 fouls, and Peyton Okerley back in for Douglas. Nia Carr across the timeline. Good grab by Knowles, and off last of Taylor County's Avery Rakes touched it last, and the Broncos want to call a quick 30-second timeout. We'll step aside as well. A 6-point game. Check that, a 6-point game with 5:27 in the 4th on Glycod.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
48-42, Frederick Douglass, 5:27 remaining in the game. It will be Broncos basketball underneath their own basket. Is this a Taylor County team refusing to quit at this point?
No doubt about it. And for some reason, Douglas has gotten back on their heels a little bit under this pressure, waiting for the clock to run out instead of continuing to attack and play like they've been playing throughout this basketball game.
Reagan Greganis To inbound for Douglas. You've got Peyton Okerley out there, also M.K. Bennett, Nia Carr, and Jaylene Knowles. Tamia Wade on the bench with 4 fouls. As the Broncos inbound, and Greganis floats it all the way back near half court to Nia Carr. Now M.K. Bennett on the bounce, near wing Greganis. And Nia Carr with a travel up front. We've seen a couple of those for her, and she's going to check out as Tamia Wade comes back in. DJ Moberly very supportive of Nia as he gives her 5 on the way to the bench. And now Taylor County inbounding, still down 2 possessions.
Yep. Got Tamia Wade back in the basketball game.
Greta Bradstreet will handle it up top. There's Callie Vaughn, 15-foot jumper, in! That one circled the rim and finally fell through, and the lead's at 4.
Nobody's down court. You got to get down court. Somebody's got to be down court.
And McKaylee Bennett coming up the floor, lost it out of bounds as the ball ricocheted off her foot all the way down the length of the floor. And Taylor County going to inbound the length.
Now Douglas here's got to create some chaos with their defense to get back in this, to get back the momentum.
Avery Rakes driving, and she is fouled by Jaylene Knowles underneath the basket. 4:43 left. That's a shooting foul. And Taylor County, piece by piece, getting back in this game. And really the leapfrog was that non-conventional three-point play to close the third quarter.
Yes, and anything can spark a rally, and that was the rally of this team for Taylor County.
Free throw is in for Rakes. Avery Rakes now with 7. 68% free throw shooters. The Cardinals have not been this close since very early in this game. Free throw off to the left. But for the second time, Douglas is in the lane early. So the Broncos self-destructing. And Rakes back for one more free throw. And Avery got that one in. It's a 2-point Douglas lead. 4:42 remaining. Okerley far sideline, and she threw it away. Stolen out of there by Greta Bradstreet of Taylor County. As the Cardinals try to draw even here with a 2, or could take a lead with a 3 with 4:29 to play. There's Diener around the clock, Rakes, and Rakes lost it. Tamia Wade out with it for Douglas. And now a held ball, and the arrow in favor of the Broncos.
I don't know what's going on with the Broncos, but they look like they're not into this right now. I mean, I'm looking at their faces. They're not playing with a sense of urgency. You know, that play right there, Tamia Wade normally just picks that thing up and takes off with it. Everything's a bobble.
Bronco ball up to 4:20 left, but keep in mind Tamia Wade has 4 fouls, and Wade's going to handle it now far sideline. Greganis, top of the key, underneath Jaylene Knowles. That's where they want it, and Knowles scores.
Great play right there. Great poise by Reagan Greganis.
A big, much-needed basket for Douglas as we slide under 4 minutes to play. Vaughn, a 3 is in the corner. Callie Vaughn has made 2 huge threes in this second half. And the Broncos into front court by 1, they lead. 3:40 left. Tamia Wade under. It leaves it short. Knowles the rebound. It's out. And a Bronco foul over the top as Kennedy Diener snared the rebound. And the Broncos with their 4th foul.
You never give a team confidence when you got them down. Anything can happen, Chris. And as you can see right now, all the momentum is heading towards Taylor County.
Taylor County trailing by 9 entering this 4th quarter. And they got a chance to take the lead here. They're going to inbound 94 feet, trailing by 1 with 3:33 to go. Greta Bradstreet into front court for the 5th region champs. Tamia Wade shadowing
the clock.
her.
Clock.
Yeah, the clock has not even started. There it started. And the officials did not notice that, I don't think. There's a whistle and a foul. As the clock did not start for, 5-8 seconds?
I know it.
Broncos with their 5th team foul. And 2 free throws for Taylor County. Riley Sproles back for 2. And Sproles knocks in the free throw, and we're tied.
Tie ball game here.
3:28 to play. Nevaeh Major in for Douglas as Reagan Gregonis checks out.
One thing about Taylor County, they do make their free throws. As a team, they're shooting 72%.
Taylor County's last lead was early in the second quarter. And now the officials being cited by the scorekeeper. I think they're now being informed, Sean, that the clock did not start for a good matter of seconds starting this possession. So 3:34 is left. Douglas and Taylor County tied at 50. So 3:28 is the official clock.
Official game time is 3:28. Official game time is 3:28.
And I'm not sure what's going on here. The officials, they're going to call immediate timeout, get things squared away.
Yeah, that's it. They're kind of discombobulated too about the time situation because they weren't paying attention either.
The scoreboard here reads 50-49 Douglas, but it should be tied by our count with 3:28 left. We got another Taylor County free throw. We're going to step aside. Be right back after this.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Got some indecision here. We've got the Commissioner Julian Tackett's down at the scores table chatting with one official. There might be a malfunction with the overhead score clock. The score on our graphic is correct. It's 50-50 with 3:28 remaining. We're going to have a Taylor County free throw coming out of the media timeout because the overhead score here does not read correct, Sean, and the clock is not correct either.
No,
there is 3:28 left in this game.
Right. So they're trying to get that situated right now.
So we're going to, if there's a technician on call today, you're needed at the scores table. So both teams again in their immediate timeout. And another compelling story, Sean, the Broncos, candidly, they have wilted under some pressure here.
They have, surprisingly. I mean, they're just back on their heels, kind of looking, got that look in their eyes. They got to get that eye of the tiger back because they've just kind of simulated a little bit these last couple minutes.
So there's a delay here. Again, the score clock above us is incorrect, and the time and score are both incorrect. I think there's some confusion here amongst many fans, but the score is 50-50. So on your graphic, it is correct with 3:28 to play. The question is, will play be halted here while this is remedied here courtside?
Well, we'll see. I mean, you and I have been keeping up with it, and what you're saying is correct. You know, the time should be 3:28, and the score should be 50-50.
So both teams, again, deep in their timeouts, and we have surpassed the allotment of time with the immediate timeouts. You've got Julian Tackett down here. You've got, appears like one of the officials, as well as, I can only ascertain, a technician of some sort trying to figure out where they go from here.
You know, just like anything, I think high school needs to go to a shot clock, and I think with that, you know, you should be able to do replay. You do replay with everything else, you know what I'm saying? And this is a perfect time where replay is needed to get it right.
Well, Kentucky High School Athletic Association does not condone replay, and they could have used it to close that third quarter because there was a sequence where Taylor County was basically gifted 3 points.
Exactly.
Replays not allowed. Had it been, I would have to think that would be taken off the board. That's a discussion for another time.
And something that small can really spark the other team, and it did for Taylor County.
So Julian Tackett again conversing with one of the officials at the scores table. Both teams in their timeouts, and the delay is growing here. Taylor County is due one more free throw with 3:28 left in a tie game.
Yeah, Douglas has got to get it back together and find a way to get stops and create some turnovers to get back going in this game. Because in the half court, they've kind of struggled, and Taylor County's kind of tightened up a little bit. But in the last 2 minutes, Douglas has actually turned the basketball over a lot.
The Taylor County players now coming out of their huddles as are Douglas. Both coaches going to be summoned to half court with the official. That's Ray Hale, the lead official. So all you need to know at home is it's 50-50 with 3:28 to play. And they're going to halt play. So the players now being called back into their huddles. And this is just bizarre as the delay continues. And you can only gather that the commissioner's calling the shots, deciding to try to remedy this scoreboard situation above us.
I mean, I'm sure that what are they doing there? Are they really going back and tallying up the points? Because if it's just a scoring change, you can actually do that. They did the time. Well, no, they didn't.
Well, the online score sheet says 50-50.
Above the baskets, the shot clock, the clock above, with the shot clock says 3:28, but the main clock in the middle of the court says 3:34, Chris.
Yeah, the online score sheet says 50-50. That is the score of the game. I think the real problem is there's a technical problem with the scoreboard here, and they can't change the digits. That's the only thing I can gather.
Seems to be.
So it's locked. It looks like it's 3:28 in the score. But again, all you need to know at home, it's tied with 3:28 left. Taylor County's going to get another free throw when the commissioner says they can take it. And when that is, that's anybody's guess. So we're going to keep things here. The more, as soon as we know, we'll let you know. But you know, is this game for the edification of the people here, or is this to play the game? The score's right, Sean. I mean, now they fixed it.
Yeah, we started it now.
So it's okay. Now it's 50-50 with 3:28 left. They fixed the scoreboard so we can continue. And meanwhile, the Taylor County player, both teams have really been iced for a period of time.
Yes, they have, and you know, it's hurting Taylor County because they're the ones who's got a young lady at the line right now.
So Riley Sproles was iced for about 5 minutes, and she's going to get a free throw here as we're back to live action with 3:28 to play. And Sproles' free throw is in. And Taylor County with their first lead since the second quarter. Reagan Gregonis back in for Nevaeh Major with 3:28 left. Douglas will traverse length of the floor. How will they face and respond to this adversity? Gregonis to inbound. There's M.K. Bennett. In backcourt is Timea Wade, and Wade across the timeline. Gregonis. Great break and basket as Okerle puts it in.
Good press break there by Douglas.
With 3:14 left and a much-needed Frederick Douglass basket. Kennedy Diener on the move at 3 minutes. Around now Bradstreet as Bradstreet drawing some attention. Backdoor cut ricocheted off of a Bronco, and it's going to stay Taylor County ball.
I think Douglas is more comfortable on the defensive end when they're pressuring the basketball more so than they are handling the pressure.
Bradstreet inbounds, finds Diener at the elbow. Now she'll retreat. Diener drives in off with the left and a Douglas foul.
Great drive there by Kennedy Diener. Going to the line where she shoot 81%.
So Kennedy Diener for 2 more free throws. And the first one is in, and we're tied again.
What Douglas has to do is they got to make sure that she's not the one who's trying to make the play, because every time she does, she gets fouled. She's automatic at the line. Got to keep the ball out of her hands on the defensive end.
Diener steers that one in. And Taylor County back on top by 1 with 2:50 left. Here comes Bennett into front court. In the corner, Tamia Wade. Wade lobs it in. Knowles takes it up strong. And a Taylor County foul as Frederick Douglass with 2 makes here would take the lead again.
Well, it's going to be back and forth until somebody really sets the tone and get a couple stops for buckets.
So Jaylee Knowles for 2 free throws as Taylor County picking up their 3rd foul of this 4th quarter. Knowles' free throw is in. And Jaylee for 1 more. Second free throw bounces out long, and the rebound brought down by Avery Rakes of Taylor County with 2:38 remaining. Strong drive in by Diener, and it's poked away, and Douglas with a steal as Gregonis comes out with it. With 2:26 left, there's MK Bennett near wing. Tamia Wade up top, back in the corner, Bennett a 3, short. Gregonis on the short side got the rebound. Back to Bennett near wing. DJ Moberly for a moment signaled timeout. Now he changes his mind with 2:05 left.
Well, he's got it where he wants it now. Just got to make sure they capitalize on this situation here.
There's Bennett far sideline for Douglas. With 1:54 left as McKaylee Bennett far sideline. Bennett weaving her way in, finds Wade. A long 2. Out, Knowles rebound, and a Taylor County foul at the 1:41 mark. So Jaylee Knowles back to the free throw line for 2 as Taylor County now with their 4th foul of this 4th quarter. And Jaylee swishes the first free throw. Douglas leading by 9, entering the 4th quarter. A furious Taylor County comeback. And they've taken the lead on 2 occasions, so now the Broncos by a point. Knowles again, it's in. And a Frederick Douglass timeout, 55-53 Broncos, 1:41 to play. Back after this from Glycod.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Alongside former UK Wildcat and unforgettable Sean Woods, I'm Chris LeBar, and welcome back to Rupp Arena. at Central Bank Center. 1:41 left, and after 2 Bronco free throws, it'll be Taylor County ball out of the timeout.
Well, Douglas has to stay aggressive and believe that they're the best team. Right now, for the last little bit, they're the ones who've been uncomfortable for some odd reason, looking a little shy about everything they do, from their passes to being sure about what they want to do. They got to get back that mojo, that confidence, because what they've done is they've allowed Taylor County to believe, Chris, that they can win this basketball game.
We'll reset the table for you. Taylor County with the arrow in their favor. There you see both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, and both teams, in essence, over the balance of fouls. So 2 free throws for each team on every subsequent foul in this fourth quarter.
And some of them, especially like Tamia Wade, who's always been aggressive and always playing with confidence, she has to continue to embrace this moment. Right now, she's shying away ever since she's gotten that 4th foul. She's got to forget about that and stay more aggressive. She's the best playmaker on the offensive end for Douglas.
And Wade again with those 4 fouls, as she has played a balance of this game in foul trouble. And she's talking with the assistant Broncos coach Katie Piven right now, and she's strung up 4 fingers, reminding Tamia of what's at stake. So Taylor County ball, length of the floor with 1:41 remaining. Both teams trying to advance to their first ever state semifinal.
Douglas gets in their press.
Here's Rakes, left-hand dribble into front court, and Taylor whips the press. Kennedy Diener baseline. She's double-teamed, and Bennett closes and knocks it out of bounds. It stays Taylor County ball.
DJ Mobley's telling his team to be big, high hands.
Diener to inbound, belt high pass. Greta Bradstreet up top. There's Vaughn. Elbow. Back woven to Bradstreet. Bulldozes baseline, and Gorganis took it away.
Great block by Gorganis.
Here comes Tamia Wade into forecourt with just over a minute remaining. And Tamia Wade will handle it. 103. Bennett, high left. Bennett over to Wade with 57 on the timer. Broncos by 2 with the ball. Gorganis arcs it over the defender, back to MK Bennett. And now she and Wade going to exchange passes. 44 seconds left. Okerly underneath. Okerly clobbered in a closing foul on Callie Vaughn. And the Broncos sophomore for 2 free throws.
Yeah, I thought that Oakley should have been even more closer to the basket, and then if she had more time to actually get that shot off. She stayed out a little bit, should have cut just a little bit closer to the basket, and maybe she could have gotten that off before the defense got there.
Peyton Okerly for 2 ginormous free throws. The first one is in the air, and it's in.
Big free throw right there by Okerly. Needed that. 3-point game now, Chris.
With 40.7 is the Broncos. They've fallen behind twice, but they found enough to creep over the hill for the time being, and Okerly swishes that one too.
Big free throws right there by Peyton Okerly.
38 seconds left. Taylor County in backcourt. Across the timeline, Bradstreet. Over now, Sproles. Now Diener pleading for the ball baseline. Diener lofts it, and Knowles with a block.
Great block by Jaylee Knowles.
And a
big
foul.
Time block, Chris.
Gorganis got the loose ball and is fouled.
Big time block by Jaylee Knowles. Now Reagan Gorganis can go to the line and almost solidify this situation, Chris.
23.6 remaining. The Broncos have wasted a double-figure lead, but boy, have they responded here in the last few minutes of this game.
Yes, they have.
And Gorganis for 2 mammoth free throws. Swish. The lead at 5, so Okerly drains 2. Gorganis trying to match her and bump it up to 6. Gorganis again. Bingo. 22 seconds left. And a turnover. There's Okerley at 15 seconds. Back to Gaganis. Tamia Wade. Now the foul called at 10.4, and Taylor County appears out of gas.
Great recovery by Douglas. I tell you what, I'm going to go back to that long wait.
Oh.
And DJ Mobile had enough time to settle his team down and give them that vision again of who they were and why they're here. And I thought that was really key, because ever since then, Douglas hasn't looked back.
Tamia Wade makes the free throw. The lead at 7. A wonderful effort by Taylor County. Going to come up short today as Wade knocks them both in. And deflected out, stays with Taylor County. 9 seconds remaining. So the Broncos on to their first ever semifinal. Going to be a short night. They're on at 11 a.m. tomorrow against GRC. With 6 seconds left. And the clock going to dribble out. And Douglas moving on. Nothing but smiles to our left, handshakes with a coaching staff, and Taylor County disappointment to our right. But what a great effort, and you just have to empathize for what they're feeling right now.
I'll tell you what, Taylor County gave a valiant fight and had a chance, Chris. But I tell you what, the main thing that never wavers with DJ Mobley's team is the defense. It's what won this game the last 2 minutes. That timeout, that long timeout, really gave them an opportunity to gather themselves. They got 2 key stops, a major block, and I tell you what's been the Achilles heel for them early in the year and throughout the year is free throws, and they came out big on those at the end, and that was the reason why they were able to get by this game today.
Broncos with their 27th win of the season. They get by Taylor County 61-53. Stay tuned. Our post-game report presented by Cartown Kia on the other side of this pause from Glycod.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a 4-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. At new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
The victorious afternoon for Frederick Douglass. A hard-fought win today as they get by a very strong Taylor County team, 61-53. And much of the afternoon, Douglass was not very sharp. But, boy, they made some big plays late in this game.
Well, they were sharp in the first half. The way the third quarter ended really set the tone for this game at the end, Chris, with the questionable foul, whether the clock was gone or not. That really gave Taylor County a good boost, and it really deflated Douglass for most of the fourth quarter.
Yes, it was a big win for Douglass. As we take a look at your most outstanding players presented by Elite Building Products, locally owned and committed to providing top quality products for your next home project. Visit EliteKentucky.com or stop by their Nicholasville showroom at 242 Wilson Drive. And certainly you can't argue with either Kennedy Diener or Jaylee Knowles.
No, you can't. I mean, Kennedy Diener was big time in this game. She did everything she could. I mean, I'm highly impressed with her as an eighth grader also. I mean, now I got two big-time eighth graders that I've just fallen in love with their play, and that's Kennedy Diener from Taylor County, and everyone knows what I feel about Tamil Wade, but wow, Kennedy did everything that she could and then some to give her team a chance to win this game today.
What was the biggest difference in your mind in this game?
I'll tell you what, it was mindset more so than anything, Chris. I thought Douglass was two different teams. They were an aggressive team, a confident team for the first three quarters, and then right at the end of that third quarter, they kind of deflated just with the situation that happened with the questionable call with the N1 with no time left on the clock. They came out with no sense of urgency, got back on their heels, and gave Taylor County even more confidence than they had before because they turned the basketball over some too, and that inflated Taylor County's confidence and got them in this game and also got a lead.
They did. Taylor County with two leads in the fourth quarter, and the Broncos made some plays and made their free throws, as we will show you when you come back. 61-53 Douglass over Taylor County. A look at your final numbers after this pause from Glycod.
Bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. At new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Now for a look at your final numbers presented by our partners at Community Action Council. They are helping people and changing lives. And Sean, at the break, you notated how important free throws were in this game, and 21 of 26 today for Frederick Douglass.
And 9 of 10 in the fourth quarter down the stretch, which was the telltale of the game at the end. You know, just got to make free throws at the end, and it was the telltale because everything else was even. And the way that fourth quarter was going for Douglass, you didn't know which way it was going to go because they looked a little erratic, especially the first 3-4 minutes of that fourth quarter.
Broncos plus 15 on the glass. To win tomorrow, they're going to have far fewer turnovers, 27 given away today.
And that's normally not them. They're normally turning the other team over more so than that, and they got to do a much better job of that, knowing that as you get closer to the championship game, statistics become very telltale, and the one thing you don't want to have a lot of is turnovers and fouls. And they had a lot of that, and key players got in foul trouble, especially Tamia Wade. Even though she ended up with 12 points, she went 3 for 10 from the field, and that left a lot to let the door open for Taylor County because the number one playmaker for Douglass was kind of erratic a little bit. But tell you what, McKaylee Bennett showed up. She did what she needed to do. Jaylee Knowles only had 21 points and 11 rebounds, another dominant performance. But I got to give a lot of credit to Reagan Gagonis because she kept her poise doing that mystique of eradication and ended up with 6 assists and only 2 turnovers.
And 5 rebounds as well for Reagan. So you gave the numbers for Bennett and Knowles, but also 32, and that's minutes. They did not come out the whole game.
No doubt about it, and that's the thing that normally is with the other team. I'll tell you what, Kennedy Diener, you know what I mean? She played 25 minutes, but wow, was she impressive. She was perfect from the field. I mean, free throw line at 10 of 10. Shot 7 of 16, ended up with 24 points, only 3 rebounds. But the main thing was Douglass was able to turn her over 8 times, which was very, very key down the stretch.
It's a Taylor County team, a tremendous season, and they'll finish it today at 25 of 10. Broncos on to the semifinal round tomorrow. They will take on George Rogers Clark. But tonight, the final quarterfinal on Glycod. Mark Evans will join me for Cooper and Sacred Heart. 8:30 tip-off. 8 o'clock coverage starts right here. So, Sean, for Douglas, I mean, 2 or 3 weeks ago, who in the world would have thought they'd be one of the final 4 teams left? But here they are, and they just keep trekking forward.
Because they do one thing well, and it's been consistent, and that's defense. No matter what happens, with the way they shoot the ball or not, their defense always gives them a chance to separate themselves in every basketball game that I've seen, except for Sacred Heart. And they're going to need more of that. But tonight, when everything went wrong, their defense stayed steady, and it got them out of this game tonight.
That'll do it for us this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and share as we strive to bring the most positive production of high school athletics. Today's producer has been Steve Bird. For Sean Woods, I'm Chris LeBar. We'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock for the final quarterfinal on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next-level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. And Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation